Welcome back to the channel and to another WNBA video. We got a 4-game slate for Friday, August 30th. Now, if you're new to the channel, normally we would break down each and every game, go over which way that I'm leaning as far as the points and the spread, and also talk about any player props in those games that I found. But today we are going to switch it up and do it just a little bit differently. I'm going to level with you guys, man. I did start a new job on Monday, outside in the blistering heat. We are in Ohio, and Ohio is just kind of shitting on us right now as far as heat, man. It's been 95, feeling more like 195 with that humidity. It's been rough, man, and your boy's clocked 40 hours. Got to be back at it tomorrow morning, so a little exhausted, not going to lie, so it's going to be a shortened video today. But, I found 4 plays. We're going to go over those specific plays. And then, you know what, man? Before these games start, guys, if you've been here before, you know that I love to get down in the comments and interact with you guys. So maybe we cook up some more plays later on in the day after I get home from work. You never know, man. But either way, like I said, we found 4 plays that we're going to go over. But before we do, let's recap our picks from the other day. No games yesterday, so what was that? Back on Wednesday. Yeah, so let's recap our picks from Wednesday. And then we did end up taking Marina Mabrey over 13.5 points. We do hit on this one. I think she landed at like 16, maybe 17, but another solid outing for her. Then we took the Sky on the money line at plus money, so, a little bit of a risk there. They do have a strong second half. They end up taking the lead, man, but the Sky have been struggling to close games out, and it bit them again. We end up not cashing on that one. Told you guys, I'm tired, man. Stumbling over the words already. We have Benaje, Laney, Hamilton over 3.5 assists. Got that one at plus money as well, and we do cash on that one. She lands right at 4. So she just gets by for us there. We took the Dream plus 8.5. We do cash on that one as well. And we took the Lynx and the Mercury under 163. I think they land at like 166, so we do not hit on that one. But a 3-2 night. We do end up cashing a little bit. Like, I think we end up just under a unit, up just under a unit. So we'll take it, man. Anytime we can profit, you got to love it. But obviously, man, we want to do a little bit better than 3-2. So, like I said, we got 4 picks today. Let's see if we can go 4-0. And the first thing that I'm going to look at is a player prop. And we're going to be looking at Kelsey Mitchell for the Indiana Fever. Her points over 19.5. Now, if we look at her in her last 5, she's hitting this at a 100% rate. And then in her last 10, still at a 70% clip, man. She's looking pretty good there, right? In her last 20, we're still hitting at a 55% rate, 11 of 20. And then if we look over here, the Sky are just middle of the pack as far as points allowed for guards. Man, Kelsey Mitchell, she's been on fire, man. If you've been watching these games ever since the All-Star break or the Olympic break, she has been killing it. Like I said, in her last 5 now? Yeah, just crushing this number here. So, gotta love it, man. Definitely going to be all over this one. Kelsey Mitchell over 19.5 points. Next play we're going to be looking at is Arike Agubawale. Her points and rebounds under 25.5. Now, if we look at her in her last 5, she is hitting under this number 4 of the last 5 at an 80% clip. And that one that went over against the lowly Sparks, man. And look at the score to that game, 113 to 110. A damn NBA score, right? Minus 8 minutes of play, man. Like, no defense was played in this game, so really not much surprise that we went over this number in that one. If we look at the Lynx against guards specifically, now they are only 10th in rebounds allowed, right? But they are 2nd as far as points. And what does Arike love to do, man? Score the ball. So we love to see that right there. And then, more specifically, so let's look at her for the full year. Doesn't look as good, right? But we have to take in mind and take into consideration all the injuries that Dallas had at the beginning of the season, man. And that's why we see a lot more red there. She was asked to do so much. So, great thing about Outlier, right? We can come in here and filter. Let's look at her with certain players in. So, Natasha Howard was out for a good bit of the year, right? Satu Sabali was out for a good bit of the year. Maddie Segrist had some time out. So, let's see how Arike looks with them in the lineup. And then with them in the lineup, now we've only had 4 games with those 3 playing. But Arike's hitting under this points and rebound line at a 75% rate. And that one, it's the Sparks game again, man. So I like this one here. I like it a lot, man. I think that we have a great chance of Arike coming in under that number against this great Minnesota defense. Next play I'm looking at is going to be the Dream plus 10.5. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. If you watch these videos, man, you've been watching these videos, you know that I've put my money behind this Aces team a handful of times, and they have done me dirty. a handful of times, man. And this last time, it was just earlier this week. I said this was their last chance. They did not come through. They are on the no bet list for me, man, as far as this regular season is concerned. And 10.5 points? Boy, that's a lot, man. For a team that hasn't covered in how many games in a row now, and we're going to expect them to lay 10.5 points to an Atlanta team that's been playing pretty exceptional defense? I don't know, man. If we look at this number here, right? Atlanta has covered this 10.5 points in their last 10 at an 80% clip. Looking pretty good here. Those two that they didn't, it was against Seattle, was against these Aces, man, but that was back before the Olympic break. Man, since the Olympic break, the Aces, man, they haven't covered this number but once, and that was against the lowly Sparks, man. So, like I said, man, this is more of a fade of the Aces. But, we can get behind this Atlanta defense. Like I said, they have been playing pretty damn good. And the Vegas offense has been a mess, man. If we watch these games, there's just no ball movement. I've talked about it multiple times. It's literally just one player coming down on the court, trying to take their man off the dribble, or their woman, excuse me, and just playing ISO ball, man. It's just one-on-one the whole time. I don't really get it with all the talent that they have on that team. So definitely looking at the dream here, that plus 10.5. I think that's a good look. The last play I'm looking at is going to be Jewell Loyd, her assists under 3.5. Now, if we look at here, Outlier has these lovely insights, man, and this one says Jewell Loyd has failed to exceed 3.5 assists in 4 of her last games, actually averaging just 2.5 assists per game. So that's an 80% rate that she's hit under this mark. And that one that she went over was against Indiana, and we do know that Indiana does struggle on the defensive end. If we look at her head-to-head, she's also hitting this at an 80% rate. And the one meeting that they've had on the year, she landed well below this number with only one. And if we look at the Liberty against guards, they are ranked 4th as far as assists allowed. Like I said, specifically for guards. Just overall, that actually jumps up better, man. So, like I said, man, a little bit of a shorter video today, guys. I do apologize for that. I'll be back on the full grind over the weekend and into next week. Just getting adjusted to this new job. Like I said, you can see it in my eyes. I'm ready to go to bed, man. I am hit. So, see you guys tomorrow, man. Let's have a great day. Hopefully we cash out, and hope you guys cook up some winners down there too in the comments, man. Throw some down there. Let's get some plays going, man. Let's see what we can build up together. All right, guys, that's going to do it. See you tomorrow.